What's going on, everybody? It's Coco Joe here, along with DeFi Sean, Mr. Pickles, Mike the Kryptonaut. Welcome to
Hello.
Moon Monday. Guys, make sure if you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button. If you're watching this afterwards, comment down below. When you hit the subscribe button, put that bad boy notification on all. If you're listening on Twitter, all you have to do is hit the follow button. It is so simple. Join in if you have any questions. Make sure to ask at the end of the stream.
Joe, you made it just about, sir. Congratulations. What's up, everyone? Yeah, glad to be back. Another Moon Monday. Pumped for all this news. Pumped. All right. Yeah, can't wait. Let's do it. Where's Mike? Mike, you there, bro?
I'm here.
There he is.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Moon Monday. Let's go.
You know what's going on, everyone? Yep, Moon Monday. As usual, like, subscribe, repost, share, whatever platform you're watching on it. Tell all your friends Moon Monday is live. Always got to check in. Oh, man, our guy is not there on Twitch, but he definitely will be coming into it. Yeah, but guys, before we hop into it, like we kind of started doing, I was everyone's weekend. Kind of just hung out with the family. It's really bad weather in Louisiana, so didn't get to hang out too much with the kids by the pool and stuff. But yeah, overall, just hung out with the family. What about you guys?
Yeah, Joe, go ahead, bro. You had an interesting one.
I went to Richmond, Virginia, drove through all that rain, passed back the other way, got hit with the rain again. Man, that rain was no joke. And then I've been having a migraine for a week, went to the doctor, and then I got a shot in the butt cheek. And then I sat on my couch the whole day because I couldn't move, and I watched Beyblades X with my son. I'm still continuing the show, but that's what we've been up to, boys.
Nice. Did you have to use a hemorrhoid pillow or anything like that? No.
I actually used one of the couch pillows and put it on my side because it hurts so badly.
Dude, man, it's been a long time since I got something like that. I think it was, man, I was a lot younger. I remember it was sore as heck, though. That's for sure. Yeah, for me, yeah, pretty much, man, doing a lot of working as usual. Hung out with the fam, of course, for a little bit. Had some massive, beautiful steaks that my father-in-law cooked. So that was awesome. But yeah, pretty simple, basic, just enjoying time with the fam. It's rare we get it. I hope everybody enjoyed it. What you, Mike?
What's going on in Austria, Mikhail?
What's going on? The weather's fine. Sky's blue. And
how's your weekend?
I mean, yeah, short, I would say. Did a little
it typically is.
Yeah, it has to, guys, there are many things going on, and crypto world never takes a break. I had some cool meetings, even on Sunday. So yeah, I try to connect, to speak with people there, probably interested in lunar funds and devs, some communities. Yeah. But we have cool news. Let's say we have crazy news today. We need to jump into the news, Sean, I know you prepared something.
Austria next week. Hen's driving through Austria next week.
Holiday. Oh, Hen, he's German. All Germans love Austria. So, because Austria is beautiful, we have the mountains, we have the lakes, we speak like that. It's beautiful here.
It's so humble. Gotta love
it. Yep. And kind of, I guess, before we jump into the big news of the day, this is a pretty cool week, in my opinion. The native token is going live on Solana. We are aiming for Thursday, so stay tuned for that. We're going to try to get that token live on Thursday. So, of course, you'll be able to bridge over. Right now, currently, the path, if you're on ETH, would be from ETH to Infinaeon to Solana. if you already hold your tokens on the Infinaeon blockchain, you would just go straight to Solana. But we are, of course, getting a bridge made because we decided just to make it a little bit easier. While we do want people using the blockchain, there are going to be people that aren't interested in that. So for those people, again, we don't want to stop adoption of the native token just because we're trying to build the blockchain. So we are going to have a bridge, maybe not day one, but very, very soon to go straight from Solana to ETH. So stay tuned for that. We are pushing the developers of LunarPumpFun Sol very hard to kind of get this done. Of course, it's taken them a little bit longer than expected. What we're building has a lot of features, especially for the Solana side, which is, I guess you could say, the MVP product. But it is a very beefed up, because remember, while we do have the EVM side, and adding any EVM chains to that is very simple. Building on the Solana side, we basically had to build a whole new platform. So it wasn't as simple as just adding something to the current version. We're essentially building a whole new platform. So that's why, again, it's taken a little bit longer than we would have liked, but something that just hit the market. I know I was telling Mr. Pixels before we got on, was I got on the chat and I was trying to finish up a video before Moon Monday, and I saw that the Twitter account was down. I thought everyone was talking about the Lunar Pump Fun account. So I'm like hopping on there. It's live. I'm working. I'm hopping on my personal account, looking at it. Everything's live. So I'm like looking everywhere, trying to figure out what the hell are people talking about. Our Lunar Pump Fun account is not down. And then I went back and read the messages in the chat and realized it was Pump Funds account that was down, which is I mean, absolutely insane. I mean, we're just getting this news. I don't really know too much about what's going on, but yeah, let's kind of see what it says right here.
I was like, whatever it is, man, the community is going to be rabid now. Like, it's going to be, we want to get this out as soon as possible, of course.
Yep, it's perfect timing. But I guess maybe let's see what this says. So Pump Fun has gained major traction in recent months as meme coin launchpad. The platform let anyone create and trade. So we know all that. Additionally, the founder of Pump Fun was suspended from X. So was that his personal account suspended as well? So his account and Pump Fun's account is suspended?
Not 100% sure. If anybody's got any other info, drop it in the chat there. We'll pop it up and see.
Yeah. Any info you have, pop it up. Because like I said, I mean, we're just getting this information. So things got out of hand quickly when users began calling Pump Fun the slot machine of DeFi. This name reportedly grabbed the attention of regulators.
He might have more information. He really checked it out, you know.
At the same time. So building a new feature called Auto Rug. This tool would automatically launch a meme coin and then instantly shut it down. It's kind of weird. I saw something about liquidity farming too on another article, which, I mean, they've taken hundreds of millions of dollars of funds out of the market, which the cool thing about Lunar Pump, we're doing the exact opposite, because the funds are going to be staying inside of this, circulating back around, and again, just building everything up bigger and better. You're never going to ever track funds from Lunar Pump to the tunes of that kind of funds coming out from Lunar Pump Fund and then getting cashed out.
And they're right in the middle of
it's not how the system's set up.
They were right in the middle of a pre-sale, right? As well at the moment. They were about to launch a token and all this. Like, that's pretty crazy that it's like the X account is getting shut down right now.
Yeah, it's bad timing for them. I mean, I guess no matter what, they've made hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars. So I mean, at the end of the day, let's see, or is this it right here? Crypto influencer Mary has shared this that may be tied to a strange situation. Liquidity harvesting 2.0, where funds seem to vanish from users' wallets and reappear in wallets. Wow. Yeah.
Hence, both accounts are suspended. So I guess, yeah.
And I know Papa Stonks was saying too, like tokens like their final rug. Maybe there's just some major truth to that, and maybe they're kind of getting ahead of it. And X and the SEC has definitely caught their attention. Which you're taking hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars of liquidity out of the market, you're going to attract some attention.
Yeah, so, plus, and you're taking that amount of money, and then like you'd start doing a raise. It's kind of like, I mean, I understand doing a raise, but like, I mean, how much?
I mean, is it really necessary? Is it really necessary to do a raise when you've made hundreds of millions of dollars in pure profit? I think, don't know if it's really necessary to do that raise. But again, max extraction. Like Papa Stone said, they're trying to take it out of the market.
The crazy thing about this whole situation is the fact that they had everything and they fumbled it. I don't understand why people get successful and immediately go, "Hey guys, let's just fumble everything." Like we're doing great. We could do more cool things in DeFi, more cool things in crypto. I mean, we made a crazy amount of money, so we're good. Like, let's just be more greedy and fumble the bag rather than just build and improve and add more. I mean, look at the Pump.Fun website. I don't want to knock it too hard, but it hasn't had any updates. The last update it had was them taking off the live streaming from the actual website. They haven't did anything to make it better. They just left it as is and kept going to the bank. And then they have the audacity to ask more money from the community that they're already milking. Like, it is mind-blowing to see them do this.
It's because that website is mind control, dude. We all know it. Those flickering lights and all that shit, it puts people into this trance, I guarantee.
It's insane.
Yeah, that's gonna come out.
They are constantly getting money, constantly. So they're good on money, but they have the audacity to ask for a raise. And then on top of all that, they're just not improving DeFi. They're not building on DeFi. They're not modifying DeFi. They don't care. They made one thing, flash in the pan, made them money. Everyone's like, cool. And they're like, and we're done. In fact, not only we're done, we're going to take away the live streaming aspect, which was one of the main reasons I got them in front of everybody, by the way. And they're just gonna like sit there and then pretend like this is gonna keep going over and over and over again. Eventually, SEC is gonna ask them what's going on. Eventually, people are gonna ask questions. And if you're doing anything shady, like just keep going to the bank, taking money, obviously there's gonna be an issue. And this is what I think what we're seeing here is them just doing, like, once again, being massively successful, having an opportunity to do a lot of cool stuff, and doing nothing. And SEC is coming at them, because it's shady.
Yeah, I think, dude, like this is the universe open up for Lunar Pump to come in here with actual some ethical options and things like that. And like I said, we're posting some memes earlier, but if people want mass adoption, like no one's going to mass adopt this shit show right now. Like or else they're going to end up over regulating us if we don't kind of get our shit together. So that's why I'm so like pumped about actual Lunar Pump. And I feel, all the hard work that everybody's been putting in, the team, everybody, the community, and really trying to like do this for the community. And when you look at sentiment out there as well, like in the general public, everybody you talk to, every spaces we're on, that's the biggest issue. People like just have no trust because of like just the never ending rogues. And then when you see the biggest players in the game now getting their accounts suspended, it's like, how many institutions do we have to lose trust in here before we kind of move on to this next phase here? So that's kind of where I'm at. It's like, all right, awesome. We got a great product. This ICO thing is going to be awesome. All the features and everything. Yeah. And I just feel like, karma is a real thing. And like, the universe will reward us if our hearts are in the right place. And hey, the ecosystem is set up in a way that it feeds it back into the ecosystem always anyway. So yeah, it's great. I'm pumped. I think this is a great opportunity for us here. So yeah, let's fucking go.
Yeah. And it all goes back to kind of like what Joe was saying, just greed. Cashing out $700 million, and they're like, we need more. I mean, come on, $700 million, that's generational wealth, even if there's multiple members on your team. And again, like I said, on all of our platforms, we say the things like we're giving back to the community. So many people, when they hear me talking right now, maybe you've never seen us before, you're rolling your eyes because you hear that all too often. As the whole community can attest to, every single thing we do receipts. For instance, the blockchain, we haven't cashed out any of the rewards yet because it's honestly not high enough to do so yet. People in the community, some people are saying like, oh, we trust you guys. We immediately posted that contract address that's holding all the fees. As you can see, nothing ever got transferred out of it, and it will not get transferred out of it until it's time. And of course, Bits will get their holdings. The blockchain will get its holdings. Everything we do, we bring receipts. We're trackable. We never, ever say just trust us. We always show you what we're doing. Same thing with the LunarPumpFun platform. You're going to see 50% of that revenue automatically buying Infinaeon to distribute to all the users on there, and then track the other fees off of the platform. You're going to see that it's getting reinvested in to the native token, to the blockchain. There's never going to be an instance where tons of liquidity is getting pulled out of there and then liquidated. It's just not going to happen. Everything we're building is getting set up. So do the math, 700 million, that'd be 350 million going back to the Infinaeon native token right off the bat. And that's not even including the other portion from the actual revenue that we take, like the actual, our 50% of it, that's going to be buying the native token, going to the blockchain, all that different stuff. So yeah, if we can really start gaining adoption, people are really going to start to take notice and actually start to use our platforms. I'm not afraid of getting big, because again, we're not doing anything wrong. We're literally sending funds back. So I don't care if we would get the attention of the SEC or anything like that, because again, the funds are going back into the platform. So it's just a matter of getting people to see it and getting people to use it and see exactly what we're doing.
When you start getting that traction on there, dude, like, and funds really start generating, and then they start pumping back in, dude, I think it's going to be awesome to see. Like, I'm not aware of anything else that like operates like that, so it's going to be like, it truly is going to be revolutionary. And again, it's only going to really get to the heights we need it with that adoption for people, because obviously we gotta see it happen too, right? We gotta get that real test going and seeing what it can really do. Like, but yeah, man, I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I like Pump.Fun, who just, like I said, pocketed the money and did whatever. Every time we give an opportunity to expand, we've done it here. Since Operation Phoenix, we went to the blockchain, then we launched LunarPump.Fun. Like, every chance we had to add more to DeFi, to improve DeFi, to grow, we took it. The second the vote came up, we all said yes, we want to do this, and this is something that if Luna and Mr. Mixer makes a great point. This is an opening for LunarPump.Fun, because Pump.Fun is gonna. I mean, if you're looking for what you're seeing online, it ain't doing so hot. LunarPump.Fun is the new kid in the block. It's growing. It has protections. It has all this amazing technology built into it, and it's gonna be the next big thing. And unlike Pump.Fun, which is, they were faceless, they didn't do weekly AMAs, they didn't want to talk, they whatever. We're here every step of the way, and if we can find more ways where LunarPumpFun, in my opinion, becomes successful, in my honest opinion, when I think it's going to become successful, we're going to take more opportunity to grow within DeFi. It ain't going to be just like, oh, we're making $1 million. All right, have a good one, everybody. Everyone, we're rich. No. There's always a chance to add more, to grow, to expand, and to add more cool things in DeFi. And listen, I think Pump.Fun had a great run, but it's out of date and old technology that at this point, people are mostly scammers are on there. If you look at any of those tokens, it's mostly rug pulling scams and bots. LunarPump.Fun, we're going to be having bot protection enabled for anybody that wants to launch a token. It's an option that people can easily click on. Pump.Fun's biggest disadvantage is a feature on ours that you can just turn off. That's the kind of things that we're looking to do with LunarPump.Fun. Like I said, Pump.Fun, it has run, but it's about over. And with the technology coming out of LunarPump.Fun, we're going to be the ones that are going to look to replace it, ideally, hopefully. And if we do, we're going to kick that ball and we're going to keep it rolling and adding more things in DeFi.
Yep, 100%. Hopefully, again, like Mr. P said, it's kind of our sign from the universe that this is our time. And we remember going back to when this was created, we created this for all of the community to win. And we all know when it comes to your typical crypto, in order for someone to get out, someone else has to buy. You know how crypto is structured. Most of it's a Ponzi scheme, for just a lack of a better term. In order for someone to get out, you need that exit liquidity. Well, when you're taking these fees that make so much money and then you're recirculating those fees back into the ecosystem, we're trying to set up an ecosystem where everyone can win. Obviously, we never make promises or guarantees, but that's how the ecosystem is set up, to take the fees generated from all of the Web3 products and then recirculate it into the native token and into the ecosystem, again, to where everyone can actually win for once. And the more and more we keep pushing that message and people keep seeing it and keep following on chain with what we're doing, again, we never ask you to take our words for it, because again, anyone can stand up here and just talk and talk and talk. We actually show you. We don't just talk. We let our actions do the speaking for us. So really big opportunity. Also, too, wanted to update too, people were asking when Matt, the wrong one. He had a emergency at work, so unfortunately, he's probably not going to make this episode. Yeah, he's the supervisor, so had some issues with some of their equipment. So he is going to not be here. As far as the updates go, again, LunarPumpFun Sol. Actually, we started this morning kind of putting a little bit more pressure on them to really amp it up. And then this news happened, and then like everyone kind of jumped in, like, look, we need to get this ready. So they're trying to get it out as fast as possible. And yeah, we're going to kind of hit the ground running when this thing goes live. And we need everyone to push this. Love it.
We got to have drop some Moonboy memes, bro. It's imperative. And by the way, too, I got a whole archive of these. So like, you know, who controls the memes controls the universe. They so say. So let's we can go and just divvy these out. They're great for dropping in comment sections and stuff like that. Man, you can just drop them and run. You don't even have to type anything. Just drop them in there. So I got a whole archive of these for Moonboy, Lunar Pump, but a lot of them, you know, centric to like Lunar Pump, the platform itself. And I got them all blank as well. So you can just take those and make your own memes with them, whatever you want. And they're all like renditions of obviously classic memes that you're used to seeing around. So yeah, this is going to be great ammunition for when we're rolling out here, when we got Solana on board, like and it's ready to rock. Like I'll be doling these out. So everybody, community who are rocking it, by the way, the growth has been great. Last couple of weeks, ever since, you know, the growthy marketing started and everything else has been ramping up. Everybody, I think we're at like 15k followers now on Infinaeon at least. So yeah, it's beast mode, and just like these initiatives, community getting out there, using the PFPs, like dropping memes like this and stuff, like going to be super important as we roll out. So yeah, let's go.
This is exactly what I said. I told him to tell everyone that he has more important places to be. Tell Matt Fire everyone is shut down so he can focus. Exactly. But yeah, guys, anyone that does have any more info on it, let us know. I don't think there is too much info. I think everything's kind of speculation right now. But what are your thoughts? Are they going to get their Twitter account up and running? Are we going to wake up tomorrow and that a Twitter account's going to be back up? I don't think it's something as simple. So for those that don't know, like it's happened a couple of times. It's happened like once or twice with Infinaeon, with Lunar Pump. Sometimes you just have to verify your email. Sometimes they're just like suspended. You just need to verify your email, verify that I guess there's a real person behind it. But I don't think this is that. I think that it genuinely is shut down. Now, Pump Fun, I don't think is shut down. It's right. The platform itself is not shut down. It's just the X account, which is going to take a huge hit. Everyone, you know, until Lunar Pump Fun app takes hold, all of the crypto world is kind of on Twitter. So
we got some breaking news. I think they got caught along with a handful of other projects using an X API key that wasn't directly through X.
I need that dumbed down for me.
Yeah.
So let's say that one more time.
So they got caught along with a handful of other projects using an X API key that wasn't directly through X. So it seems like it was a fake X API or something. Maybe they must have been manipulating something. I don't know. If anybody can break that down a little easier, let us know.
Everything right now is rumors. I think.
Yeah, it's hard to know for sure. But hey,
I just got the information, so I shared it, but I don't know. I don't know if it's accurate.
And you know, end of the day too, none of it really stops what we're doing. End of the day, like what we're doing is going to continue to ramp up either way. Everything we say here, it doesn't really change anything. We will, of course, relish in its many scandals and demise, of course, if it opens up some more of that percentage for market share for us, 100%. But hey, this is business after all, end of the day. And you know, we're the opposite. We want to give back to the community. So you know where the best bet is right now, and this is the one to support. We just gotta take them, you know, take on the behemoth, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I mean, if Pump Fun goes out, there are going to be probably more platforms pop up in the matter of 48 hours, which would be horrible. No security, I'm sure, all that stuff. So yeah, hopefully, again, people look through the weeds and find us a safe spot that's here for the community, and you know, not just some random token launcher that like launched 48 hours ago and took them 24 hours to build just to kind of capitalize and try to make some fees off of people.
Yeah, and again, like we were saying earlier, it's with all that money that's been made, and you're doing a pre-sale, and you're like trying to get more money. It's kind of like, I mean, shit, how much more money you guys need to like launch a token here and like, do some dev work, right? You gotta get the handout again. Like, what? Come on, dude.
And at the end of the day, like whether a Twitter account comes back or not, it doesn't matter. The damage is already done. The trust is already. It's like a dam. Every crypto's like a dam, and the minute you see a leak, eventually it always breaks through. And unfortunately for Pump.Fun, I'm not trying to even fund them. It's just fact at this point with Pump.Fun. I mean, like we said before, like all the money just where it's going. It's a leak in the dam that's eventually going to break through. And it's going to create an opening in the market because people still want to do those Pump.Fun projects. And once again, by us going to Solana, it's going to be, and I think that's going to open the door for a lot of people going, hey, listen, you got options now. Now you got other places that's not Pump.Fun. Now you got LunarPump.Fun. And we got a lot more to offer you guys. And I think that's going to be the next start for a lot of people. Because Pump.Fun, like I said, the minute you see that crack, that leak, it's over, when it comes to things like that, especially, with the SEC on them and whatnot. I mean, it's hard to say, oh, we got Twitter back, but the SEC is still here on us because we're doing some shady things. It's like, well, like there's no other crack in the leak then. There's no other crack in the wall then. And once again, like they need to patch all that up fast. And from the looks of it, this looks like it's only getting worse and worse for them.
I assume you guys are standing by to adopt to the ever-changing regulations regarding these platforms. Yes, if the success of the business and the platform depends on it, then absolutely no brainer. I would say. I mean, I'm sure you guys can speak to that too. I'm sure you'll agree. But whatever needs to be done, I hope those regulations don't become ridiculous or just overreach. I hope they're fair whenever they do roll down. But look at it too when you think about that wasn't there a recent bill passed regarding AI that there's going to be no regulation in AI for at least 10 years. I'm not sure if anybody saw that as well. So I mean, how quick are they with the regulation here? Because we all know what regulation does ultimately. And given the current financial situation on, I guess, a geopolitical level, right? There's a lot of even big money you're trying to get into crypto. So when you think you got a lot of power like that, there's probably a lot of rugs going on at the top just as well as they're going on at the bottom too, right? And regulation interferes with that as well. So, there's a lot of that going on. So I think, I'm for not tons of regulation, but I do agree that, it certainly needs some. But again, more regulation, it slows everything down. And we all know, especially the people that actually write regulation and law, they certainly know how much it slows things down. But yeah, I hope it's not too severe and we kind of pull out of this here in this new financial frontier we're on.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, we always kind of pay attention to it. Also, another big reason why, from like a owner standpoint, is we kind of set everything up to be decentralized, and why we don't really make money directly off of this. We make money like everyone else. So from the blockchain to Lunar Pump, everything basically gets circled back into it. So we're not like Pump Fund where there's an owner over here just sucking up all the profits. Again, everything is kind of just circled back into it, which is really cool.
There it is. There's the money right there. The future is there, guys. All right. We're going to take every opportunity we can to make that a reality. I mean, I understand. Hey, look, if they clean up their act, but that's the thing, right? That's the beautiful thing about competition, right? And an open and free market is that if something else is launched and it benefits the people better and more and rewards them more, and it's a better product, then, like we said, the war of creativity and ideas is the real frontier here, right? Because we know kind of DeFi is coming. That's inevitable. But now everybody can make and create anything they want when it comes to like vibe coding, when it comes to creating content. It's become massively accessible now with AI, the ability to create and develop even at that level. So what's going to happen? The next thing is going to be the real battle of ideas is going to come. The real free market, I feel, is coming here. So the more attuned you are with how to use AI is like, people can churn out, like myself and Adam have been doing some work here in the background and stuff, and like you can have an idea to a prototype app in less than 24 hours, sometimes less than 12. You could have the whole thing branded, you could have like everything set up, and you could have an autonomous AI running it. You can build a business now in a day. You got the right stuff right ready to go and make content for it indefinitely now. So like the battle of ideas is coming. So, and usually the whole point of this rant was that like usually when a better product comes out, it rises its way to the top. The cream rises to the top in an open and free market. So that means either the competition like adapt and to survive and make the changes necessary to compete with whatever rose above it, or they die out. So like that is the goal. We're hoping that like what is being offered here with Lunar Pump is going to tick a lot of boxes for a lot of different development needs, like with the adjustable bonding curves, with the ICO option, of course the original option too, but having that flexibility, being able to like secure your project if you want to, is massive. So I'm of the hope, given everything in the trajectory we're currently on, that it's going to do very well once Solana hits, once all that ICO starts to take off, the marketing really starts to ramp up at that point. Okay, rant over.
Let's see. I'm gonna kick this off for a second, Mr. P. I want to throw this up. So over on Instagram, we have Twitter. X suspended the Solana meme coin platform Pump.Fun and its founder, Alan's account, sparking speculation among crypto users. The suspension may be linked to the platform's use of Twitter trackers and snipers, tool that rapidly monitor tweets or wallets, potentially violating Twitter X's policies. This follows ongoing controversy surrounding Pump.Fun, including backlash over violent live streams, legal issues, and a major hack. So a little bit more information. But yeah, there's not much news out there right now. But yeah, that's really cool. And then, of course, after we take over Pump Fun, we are going after X next, and we will take that over to at least the crypto side of it. not overtaking X, but really hoping that that we have our major platform that we did not forget about. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of been on the back burner. I haven't even been posting much there because I've just been trying to get caught up with everything that we have going on. But as you can see, we're live on it right now. But this is a really cool X-style platform that as LunarPumpFun starts to gain adoption, this will be a really cool place for people to hang out. We already are live on Apple and Android, so it's not just a web-based app. And we do want to put lives in it. We're going to do polls. We're going to do all that fun stuff. It's just, again, been on the back burner right now with LunarPumpFun Sol. And yeah, so if you're not on LunarPump, or app.lunarpump.fun, definitely highly recommend going over there and creating that account, because this is a platform that we think can be a major part of our ecosystem and a really cool place to hang out. Because, if I am on X and I do want to look at crypto stuff, it knows I follow politics. So, you got all that political news and all that stuff. So just would be a really cool place to hang out, to get only your crypto news every day. Wake up, drink your coffee, see what's going on in the world of crypto. Just a perfect platform for that, and a very well-built platform at that.
Yeah, and when you have when you're able to add, it's like having X, but we can add like more crypto-centric features to it that like adapt to, because obviously the people that are building on X, they're always looking at social media strictly, specifically, like the idea of crypto and all the nuances that go on in the trenches and all that kind of stuff that a lot of people, even on the surface level of crypto, aren't that aware of. But like the people that are building this and integrating this is like, yeah, we want to give people the ease and accessibility and familiarity of X, but then let's add tons of like crypto-centric stuff. So, and then, hey, maybe X might actually get its shit together and start add proper crypto stuff to that too. But hey, there's certainly a market there for it. And like I said, you know, the familiarity is very smart, in my opinion, to have it like that. So people would almost like not even notice they moved on to the other one. It's like, oh, I'm just going to check my crypto now because it's, you know, it's super easy. So yeah, it's awesome. And yeah, once it ramps up, it's going to be great.
Another thing that we are going to be integrating, Mike, I think it's going to go from Twitter to us or from us to Twitter. So we're going to be integrating a feature more than likely that, how is it, Mike? If you post on Lunar Pump, you can make it automatically post to Twitter, or is it the opposite? You post on Twitter and it automatically posts on Lunar Pump.
You know, we need to integrate it. So we need to to have it on LunarPump on our social media app, and there you're gonna have the option to click on or whatever, you know, and you choose X, and then it will be on LunarPump and on X. Yeah.
So does it work vice versa? You post on X and then it comes to Lunar Pump, or you post on Lunar Pump and it goes to
you need to post it on LunarPump, you know.
And then it goes to X. Okay.
We need to create the option. Our devs they need to do it. The X devs wouldn't do it for us, you know.
And it is possible. We've already talked to them. It is again. There's higher priority from a finance standpoint with Lunar Pump, the platform itself. But we are going to be transitioning back to this, and that'll be another cool feature to where if you want to be heard on both, if you're on Lunar Pump, you make your tweet or your post, and then it'll automatically also post on your X. So saving you that time. You just have to you hang out on Lunar Pump, and you also get it posted on X. So really cool.
I think this is very important. You know, people love to be on important social media platforms as Facebook did with Instagram. I mean, it's one big company now, but you can post on Facebook and at the same time on Instagram, so it's easy. And it's cool when we have the same option. So you post on Lunar Pump, you choose the option, and boom, it's on X as well. We just need to check everything, the max characters, the emoji side, and so on, you know. This is what we definitely need to check out, but it's very cool we have that option. Yeah, I love it.
That's an awesome feature. It really is, man, because, you know, when you're dealing with multiple, not to mention multiple social media, like different mediums like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, TikTok, but also when you're dealing, which a lot of people are, most people have more than one account, like on a lot of these platforms as well. So like anything, the easier, and it's going to make it so much easier for the adoption of it too, right? So you got the familiarity like that, and then you got the ease of, oh, if I post here, I just, you know, check this box and it also posts it to my X. So, you know, happy days, right? So it's just like little awesome features like that, I think, are really going to help with the adoption once we roll out. And again, you know, as Lunar Pump pumps and, you know, gains more traction over time here, you know, there'll be a knock-on effect to this once it's offering the awesome features and it's easy like that. So yeah, I got high hopes for the social media for sure.
And it's all a matter of just picking up where everyone, you know, leaves things. So let's say one day Twitter just somehow gets rid of crypto. They say, listen, we're not going to talk about crypto on Twitter. It can happen. Like, these are really like real things. Well, our Lunar Pump app just takes over. We just go, okay, everybody, you can now go. Everything's already built. It's here. So now you can use this. Pump.fun. What if they just stop? What if the SEC just goes at them and they shut that website down? I mean, they took live streaming off for the thought of what could happen. If SEC keeps pushing, I wouldn't be surprised if the website goes away. Well, if something's gone, there's got to be something to replace it. There's got to be some already existing technology to replace it. Well, that's LunarPump.fun. So we have already like things in place. So if something happens, we immediately replace it, and that's what the goal is.
Yep. Another cool thing, I was just looking, we are at exactly 300 users on the platform, which is solid. Again, whole real organic, no bots. So that's pretty cool. I was just looking at the subscriber count. Exactly 300 people are using the platform or have an account. So very solid. We'll just continue to grow. There's over almost 4,000 holders of Infinaeon. So we just need to start with those, you know, coming over, creating those accounts, different things like that. So it's also a good start. And again, it was just the MVP product that we released, but overall, yeah, platform is going to be great.
Yeah, Mustafa is in for some words of wisdom, guys. I depend on you guys to learn from Pump Fun mistakes and be more careful so we can be more reliable.
Well, we can start by not, draining the liquidity from the market. That's that's a solid start.
Yeah, I mean, by the looks of things, if what's been rumored there, if even half of that is true, and I mean, let's be honest, it's been a lot. It's been scandal after scandal, like for a lot of the time with Pump Fun, so it's not that shocking. And given what actually spawned Infinion itself prior to this safe boon, you're talking about more massive scandals, right? And that's not just crypto world. I mean, look at Enron, look at all that stuff. I mean, it happens all the time. But you look at that, like, and you look at where are they now? Like a succession of scandals. Like you got to see the trajectory here. Look at other things that have like went down a similar road, and just get the numbers on that. I'm sure you could just ask any AI about that to see you can get some solid numbers. But hey, yeah, learning from the mistakes doesn't seem like it's going to be too difficult, because if all the stuff that, like I said, is rumored to be true is true, then that's a lot of shady shite. And as Sean said earlier, like those guys aren't on here doing live streams. They're not on X Spaces all the time. They're not like touting exactly and being 100% transparent. And if you notice, like questions have dropped off immensely, which is great. A lot of the live streams, because most people that are even joining in now, it's very understandable. And again, like the more accessible everybody is to answer those questions, be it here, be it in the Telegram, on X Spaces or whatever, um, you know, then word of mouth spreads between the community members too. So those questions just kind of slowly and eventually dissipate along with any FUD and that kind of stuff. And that's the kind of trajectory that we're on right now. I feel like, and again, with like social media is right now on the rise and all that, numbers going up, follower count going up, wallets rising as well as regards the token itself. Does anybody want to mention about how the token is doing right now? I'm pretty happy with it, I gotta say. I mean, it looks like we've hit a good floor. It looks like all the staking and stuff like that has ramped up. Wallet count is increasing. People are getting bullish because there's a lot of guys that probably know charts better, definitely know charts better than I do, Sean. Maybe you can touch on it, and you guys, Mike and Joe. But there's a lot of people bullish. I think we've hit the floor, and they're like, because we've been going sideways for a minute, so like I think, and a lot of it's staked, so there's a good trajectory here. But yeah, if one of you guys want to touch on it, I know this is Moon Monday and Lunar Pump, but like it's all the same family anyway. But we're shooting the shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't talk too much about the chart. It's actually advice from my legal team, but so I don't really talk except anything but facts as far as chart movement goes. But yeah, I mean, overall, it is looking good. It's definitely having volume. People are buying, people are selling, which again generates fees for us. So yeah, overall, I like what I see. Again, when it comes to speaking facts about something like this, something that we're building, this kind of momentum is definitely the way of the norm from all of your other layer 2 blockchains that came out. You kind of had that dump, and then you got to kind of build adoption. Good part of it is that the ecosystem is kind of already built, so we don't have that really long waiting phase to where everyone's just hanging out waiting for those products to come out. Then you kind of start doing the mainstream adoption. We've kind of already kicked it into adoption mode to really start getting where we need to go. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see exactly where it's going to head. The chart, though, is not something that I personally spend tons of time looking at. But yeah, I think it's overall doing good. I like seeing the volume on there. There's no market maker or anything like that running on the decks and stuff like that. So everything you see are really people buying, really people selling. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors when it comes to crypto. People want you to think different things. But yeah, there's no market maker on it. Gas fees absolutely kill you on ETH if you try to set up a market maker on the DEX. But yeah, overall, I like the direction of everything we're heading. Punt Fun news kind of makes me even more bullish on the LunarPumpFun Sol. So that's my top priority. I cannot wait to get that out. I know there's tons of people looking to launch some good projects. Hopefully we're going to have some good ICOs, something really good, because, the Infinaeon community is amazing, pretty much as diamond-handed as it comes. So really want to see some of those successful ICO options to where they can all get in as a team and not, have one person in at 2,000 market cap and 5,000 market cap, and then, other people in at 50,000 or 55,000. So it's just going to be a really cool thing to see.
Yeah, and when it comes to the chart, I'm the same. But I know we get a lot of FUD. So the kind of reason I was bringing it up was because when people are bullish in the chat about it, I want to try and bring that up too to balance it out a little bit, right? Because usually if there's been FUD during the week in the chat, we'll address it here. So if I'm giving the chat sentiment right now. So again, Sean, it's not financial advice, but I don't want to talk too much about it. I'm just saying the chat is pretty bullish. The community sentiment is that we're very close, if not on, found the floor, and we're going to be on the rise. So yeah, like I said, people in there that I feel watch charts, and it's something that they do have been making, signaling that kind of thing. So yeah, that's awesome.
And I said it on one of the earlier episodes. Unfortunately, you're kind of judged off of the chart, even though it's such a small part of our ecosystem. Good or bad, you're kind of judged off of the chart. A chart explodes, you're successful. A chart doesn't explode, you're not successful, regardless of what you've done outside of that. So I kind of hate that that's kind of the judge of the success, because I think what we've done here is absolutely amazing. We're continuing to release everything. And then again, when the chart does explode, it isn't necessarily us doing it. It's people just buying and selling and getting behind the project. But of course, that's when it's deemed successful. But hopefully we're going to get there. Like I said, there's a lot of activity. There's a lot of people watching it. And of course, as we produce revenue, that's going to put more buys on the chart. If LunarPumpFun Sol even does 1% of what Pump Fun does, the amount of buys that are going to be hitting that Solana side, of course, people will be arbitraging. So it's all going to balance out. Is going to be absolutely insane. So I just can't wait for that.
And plus, the token just got powered up now with the whole Solana thing. So, that's awesome, right? The token itself is going to, its first big kind of use case. Dude, it's great. I cannot wait.
Yep, loving how we're actually got the use case Infinaeon token. For those that may have missed it, is going to be the official token of the LunarPumpFun Sol. All the funds, that 50% of revenue that's going to be getting sent out to all the users and developers on the platform, it's actually going to be getting sent out in the form of Infinaeon. So really cool use case. So yeah, guys, we're getting towards the end. Make sure you go ahead and ask any last minute questions that you have for us.
I did have one other little piece of bullish news there. Now, where to find that? Give me a minute.
Yeah, one thing that I need to correct is there are definitely bots trading, arbitrage bots, and stuff like that. Sean, when you said there are no bots or something, there is always bots trading. You see, when you have multiple LPs, you will always have arbitrage bots and stuff like that. This is just something I want to add.
Yeah. To clarify, I meant bots that are controlled by us.
Of course. No market makers or anything. But yeah. It's just important for me because we have this topic today in the chat, and people are definitely checking such wallets, and you can see them between Bitmart, between our two LPs. Arbitrage bots. They are trading, and even if they make like $5 or something, they do the trade.
Yeah, totally. And there's a lot of people benefiting a nice bit from those arbitrage bots for sure. But hey, it's all good for us. It's great for transactions, great for all that kind of stuff, And the community too, dude. They're on it. It's great to see, and it's great for the project too when the community are hardcore wallet watching and diving in, meticulously looking at all that stuff, because it just adds legitimacy when people are doing those kind of deep dives and they're coming up there's no issues, right? It's all clean and Gucci, right? So that's great when you got a community like that, and our community is great in that regard. And regarding community as well, I did have one other little piece of bullish news. So our guys from Growthy had messaged us. So we got this email after the weekend that said, it's a heads up. The Zeely sprint has continued to absolutely pop off. We're now a total of 37,000 participants with 77,000 quest claims, which is frankly phenomenal for an initial campaign. This does, however, I mean, we've passed our additional 25k quest claims that we added, so obviously we got to upgrade our plan, because you get so much. So, but they actually speak with Zeely on the background. They do a lot of work with them, so they offer us and give us custom plans. But every time we seem to hit a benchmark, they're looking for we gotta upgrade again. So, I mean, it's awesome having that much of a return from all those Zeely quests and that kind of interaction. So, yeah, they're really pumped about it. Like I said, we're going to keep rocking with that. That's where you see all those spaces popping up too. It's the growthy guys that are like lining those up from. We get them lined up for us every Monday morning. It's like, boom, we got to get in, land them quick, and say, all right. So we kind of got to the point where it's like, yeah, just put us down for all of them, and we get someone to slot in somewhere wherever we can. But the goal is we do one at least every day. So we're rocking that out. The growthy stuff's awesome. But I just want to let everybody know that it's a great piece of news, and it's showing, it's just proof that it is working, and having that kind of traction right now is great for us. Great, validation for all the work the team is doing, for the community, everybody that's out there pushing it. So, like, great job, everyone, team, community, the whole lot.
Absolutely. And once again, guys, if you have any questions, make sure to ask them. We're about to wrap it up in about 2 more seconds. So just want to get some more questions through if you guys have any, but if not, no big deal.
Sorry, Space.
Well, luckily, you can rewatch the live stream. All you have to do is go on YouTube channel, subscribe, and you can just easily be watching. No big deal. So there you go. Still there.
All is not lost.
Yeah, that's right. Our next live stream also is going to be this Friday, Infinaeon Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure to go ahead and check that out, guys. Looks like we got no more questions. I'm going to go ahead and end it. I'm Screwgo Joe, Mr. Pixels, DeFi Sean, Mike the Cryptonaut. We'll see you guys
Aloha.
on the moon.